Hello everyone, hope you guys are all doing great. Yesterday there was an important announcement regarding reservations in medical education, especially All India quota. They're talking about 27% reservation for OBC candidates and also 10% reservation for economically weaker sections in All India quota from the current academic year 2021-2022 onwards. I'm sure you all have so many questions, so do I. And also, who is going to be benefited from this? What are the inputs that the government has provided in the form of the press release? And also, we'll go through the details, including All India quota, the existing reservations, and also what's new based on these press releases. And also, as I said previously, who is actually going to get benefited? So let's look into those components. Now, first and foremost, as you can see, government says that it's a landmark decision in medical education. Introduction of 27% reservation for OBCs and 10% reservation for economically weaker sections in All India quota scheme for both undergraduate as well as postgraduate medical and dental courses, which include MBBS, MD, MS, Diploma, BDS, MDS from current academic year 2021-2022 onwards. They're saying that nearly 5,550 students will be benefited. Here is something which is puzzling to me because they say 5,550 students and they're talking about both medical and dental students. But if you look into the details of this press release, they mentioned here in one of the components, as you can see, this decision would benefit every year nearly 1,500 OBC students in MBBS and 2,500 OBC students in post-graduation. And also around 550 economically weaker section students in MBBS and around 1,000 economically weaker section students in post-graduation. They're talking about MBBS and medical courses. So if you add up these numbers, 1,500, 2,500, 550, 1,000, it sums up to 5,550. What about dental students? What about BDS? What about MDS? If by post-graduation they mean even MDS, right? Let's suppose by post-graduation they also mean MDS. If you look into the rest of the press release, they have clearly mentioned that again this particular move every year is going to benefit around 550 economically weaker section students for MBBS and around 1,000 economically weaker section students in PG medical courses. So they're talking about MBBS, PG medical. What about BDS? What about MDS? The reason I'm asking you this question is there is no clarity on this. So we need to wait for the information from the MCC website as well, and I'm sure we'll get more clarity once or before the counseling starts, because if you observe, if you open mcc.nic.in now, you have some previous information. So I'm sure it will be updated just before the counseling. So let's wait and hope that we'll have more inputs in this regard, right? So when they say 5,550 students, obviously it means they're talking about medical stream but not dental stream. That's what I understood after going through this official press release. But having said that, once an announcement has come from a PMO in this regard, from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, about 27% reservation for OBC and 10% reservation for EWS, it means it applies to MBBS as well as BDS, PG medical as well as MDS. The only thing is we need more inputs and more clarity, like to what extent this reservation is going to have an impact on the upcoming All India quota counseling. Now let's look into more of the details given in the press release for sake of better understanding. So under visionary guidance of PM Shri Narendra Modi, Minister of Health and Family Welfare has taken a historic and landmark decision for providing a 27% reservation for OBCs and 10% reservation for economically weaker sections in AIQ scheme for UG, PG medical dental courses from the current academic year 2021-2022. And who is going to get benefited? Obviously the OBC candidates and also economically weaker section candidates. Let's look into that as well. Honorable Prime Minister is in a meeting held on 26 July 2021 had directed the concerned union ministries to facilitate an effective solution to this long pending issue. This decision would benefit every year nearly 1500 OBC students in MBBS, 2500 OBC students in PG, and also 550 EWS students in MBBS and around 1000 EWS students in post-graduation. The All India quota. So what's this All India quota? Now, for those who are new to this, they've clearly given what this All India quota is all about. Let's look into the same. The All India quota scheme was introduced in 1986 under the directions of Honorable Supreme Court to provide for domicile-free merit-based opportunities to students from any state to aspire to study in a good medical or dental college located in another state. All India quota consists of 15% of total available UG seats and 50% of total available PG seats in government medical as well as dental colleges. Initially, there was no reservation in All India quota scheme up to 2007. This is very, very important for us to understand the history of reservations in AIQ. In 2007, the Honorable Supreme Court introduced reservation of 15% for SCs and 7.5% for STs in AIQ scheme. When the Central Education Institutions Act became effective in 2007, providing for a uniform 27% reservation for OBCs, the same was implemented in all central education institutions like Safdarjung Hospital, Lady Hardinge Medical College, Aligarh Muslim University, Banaras Hindu University, etc. However, this was not extended to all India quota seats of state medical and dental colleges. Now they are extending it, right? So the present government is committed to providing a due reservation both to backward category as well as EWS category. The union government has now taken a historic decision to provide for 27% reservation for OBCs and 10% reservation for EWS in AIQ scheme. The OBC students from across the country shall now be able to take benefit of this reservation in AIQ scheme to compete for seats in any state. So who is going to get benefited? Yes, OBC candidates. So being a central scheme, the central list of OBCs shall be used for this reservation. Around 1500 OBC students in MBBS and 2500 in post-graduation will be benefited through this reservation. I'm sure it applies for dental as well. But anyways, let's wait for more inputs. Right, and also in order to provide benefit to students belonging to EWS category, here we have even more clarity. They're talking about 10% EWS reservation in AIQ. Also, they're talking about increase in number of seats. Let's look into that now. So in order to provide benefit to students belonging to EWS category in admission to higher educational institutions, a constitutional amendment was made in 2019 which enabled the provision of 10% reservation for EWS category. Accordingly, the seats in medical and dental colleges were increased over 2 years in 2019-20 and 2021 to accommodate this additional 10% EWS reservation so that the total number of seats available for unreserved category do not reduce. In the AIQ seats, however, this benefit had not been extended so far, and now they have updated and added 10% EWS reservation to AIQ as well. So therefore, along with 27% of reservation for OBCs, 10% reservation for EWS is also being extended in AIQ seats for all undergraduate, postgraduate, medical, dental courses from the current academic year 2021-2022. This will benefit every year around more than 550 EWS students for MBBS and around 1000 EWS students for PG medical courses. On one side they say both medical and dental, the other side they're talking only about MBBS and PG medical courses. That's the reason why I use the word puzzling. So the above decision is the reflection of government's commitment to provide due reservation for backward and EWS category students. This decision is also in sync with significant reforms carried out in field of medical education since 2014. During the last 6 years, MBBS seats in the country have increased by 56% and number of PG seats have been increased by 80%. Again, no word on the dental statistics. Yes, we know the seats have been increased, but at least have the courtesy to mention them. So during the same period, 179 new medical colleges have been established, and now the country has 558 government and private medical colleges. Regarding the number of government and private dental colleges, we try to provide you with the list based on information available in DC website. You can check out the video in our YouTube channel. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this video is, first and foremost, I have been getting questions regarding the same, to what extent is it going to impact our counseling. So All India Counselling, regarding 10% EWS reservation, no one has nothing to worry about. All parties, they have nothing to worry about, because they are incorporating additional seats to accommodate the 10% EWS category students. Coming to 27% OBC reservation being incorporated in AIQ, so this is something which is happening for the first time. So we need more inputs from MCC as well, and also once the counseling starts, once the counseling completes, we'll have a better picture, like to what extent is it actually affecting the dynamics of the upcoming counseling, right? And also feel free to share your inputs, and if you have any further information in this regard, feel free to let me know in the comment section, or you can get back through mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com. Please do not blame students from other categories. I'm telling this to all parties, right? So reservations are something which are being implemented by policymakers, by the very people whom we elected. So if we are blaming them, we're not actually blaming them. It's like we're blaming ourselves. Okay, so whatever reservation policies are available currently, they are at central level and by the very own government whom we elected, right? So they are representing us, and they're doing things on behalf of us for greater good. So just keep this broader picture in mind, and let's not jump into decision making, or let's not just pass judgments, calling names, blaming others. No, it doesn't work, and it doesn't help in any way, right? So I hope it's clear, and if at all there are any further inputs in this regard, we'll definitely update you guys accordingly, right? Also, please keep in mind that in our country, as you know, there are several private colleges compared to government colleges. We're talking about government colleges, we're talking about AIQ seats, which means 50% of seats available for the counseling. And in that, we're talking about 27% of reservation for OBCs. So now I'm sure you can understand to what extent it's going to have an impact on the overall counseling. Not really significant. However, this is going to benefit OBC students, which is in line with Central Education Institutions Act, which came into effect from 2007. And just remember, no matter what these reservation statistics are, no matter to what extent they're going to actually benefit students, always keep this in mind. It's about your skills. It's about honing your skills. Focus on that. The world is all yours. Focus on that. Success is all yours. So wish you all the best. Have a fantastic day ahead, and for any further queries or clarifications, feel free to get back through mail 24/7. Love you all.